Ubisoft shared the patch notes for the big update coming September 7th, so we now know what type of abilities we can expect and also that they're doing more than they first communicated. Of course, I will do a big video showcasing everything in action after the update goes live. Maybe if you watch this on September 7th, that video is already up. Check it out on the channel. Now in this video I want to share some important things that are handy to know before you install the update, including the changes they are making to the runes and some things you can already do to prepare. So if you like the Valhalla content here on the channel, then totally leave a like to show your support, and let's go. But first, the sponsor of this video, Blood of Heroes. There is namely an open beta out for the game right now that you can check out via the special link in the video description. It's a free-to-play melee action game where you pick one of 6 heroes that all have their own unique weapon, abilities and stats. And you have to make sure that you understand multiple characters, because if one dies during a match, you have to play the others. And I actually really like this in the 1v1 duels, because then it's way smarter to first pick a less favorite hero, so you got your true main like as a backup after you understand the tactic of the opponent. And yes, it's really satisfying to win a 1v1 against the same hero, proves that you are the better player. You can also do domination, where you fight with larger teams to capture specific areas, or a 3v3 deathmatch called Brawl. And you can also customize your own arena, like there's quite a lot of content in this open beta, and it's now live on the PC. The game will also be coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X. Check it out via the link in the video description, would really support the channel as well. Thanks to Pfizer Games for sponsoring the video. And now let's get back into it. So the patch releases at the standard time, 2 PM Central European Time, 8 AM Eastern Time and 5 AM Pacific Time. You see the file sizes right here too. The biggest addition are of course the new river raids. So we get 3 new rivers, and they now confirm that there will be 2 new river champions and also new champions of faith, which you will have to take out for 5 new weapons. So there will be 5 new weapons in total. And I'm really curious how these champions of faith look and how powerful they are, so I can't wait to fight them. The Yams Viking Hall is getting an upgrade too, just like the Yams Viking ranks, which can now go to level 5. And this will then let them carry more rations and do more damage. Your longship cargo can also be upgraded after this update, so you can carry more foreign supplies before you are capped out. I just did a preparation stream where I did some older river raids to stack up on those supplies, so I will immediately be able to get some of the new items from Fawn and upgrade my boat when the patch hits. But you can only do this if you still have items left to buy in a Fawn shop. Also important to know is that if you want to play the new maps, you likely need to have finished the older ones. So if you haven't done the river raid mode like period, or are like halfway through the river raid mode, totally do it now, and then you are ready for when the update goes live. Like, it will be worth it, because next to the weapons, loose armor is also confirmed as a new armor set, and we will also be able to get the 3 new abilities in the River Raid monasteries. Spinning Harpoon lets Eivor perform a spinning attack that can be combined with other harpoon-based abilities. Enemies caught in the spin are knocked back. So harpoon-based abilities is just the harpoon impalement, right? Curious how this works. We got a new ranged ability for enemies with shields. Percussion arrow, hit an enemy shield to create a shockwave that staggers and damages nearby enemies. Okay. And we got precision extra, where you throw an axe at the enemy's weak point. I hope it's better than the other extra abilities, which are not that good. But overall, cannot wait to use them and showcase them, of course, in my next video. And then we get to the rune changes. In short, runes from both weapons are not combined anymore. So if you, for example, have speed on one weapon and crit chance on the other, first both effects would apply to both weapons. But after this update, you will only notice the speed on the Durandal in this case, and the crit chance on the Wretched Scythe. So it's basically a nerf for runes on weapons, but some stats like assassination damages, fire damages, do still work on both weapons, and runes on armor also still work for your whole character. My theory is that we will see more of a one weapon meta after this, because using two weapons actually decreases the attack of both weapons. First it was like, okay, I deal less damage, but I do get the bonuses and the runes from that other weapon. Well, that will not be the case anymore. So what they're doing to kind of balance it out is they're removing the perk and rune cap. I talked about this a couple of times already in previous videos. How it basically works is right now, if you would stack attack buffs, for example, you would very easily hit a cap, where then all the other attack bonuses would not count anymore. But now after the update, we should be able on paper to go crazy and get really high extra attack stats, which should be fun to check out and see if it really like matters and impacts your gameplay. So we'll totally be trying this out and of course go more in depth on it in a future video. In my previous video where I went over the things that Ubisoft announced for the coming months, I already touched on the Nightmare difficulty, but now we know that while playing on this new difficulty, the damage you take is increased by 200%. So that's 3 times the damage you would receive when playing on the normal difficulty. Right? If my calculations are correct, totally correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But yeah, that is pretty crazy. I will be trying it out during the stream when the update is live. And they also made changes to the other difficulties, namely decreasing the health you get from a heal. It will be 80% on hard, and you only get 60% of the health from a heal on very hard and the Nightmare difficulty. We, by the way, also get those community created tattoos tomorrow in the Ubisoft Connect section of the game. These will be live at reset time, so also when I start my stream. And I also wanted to grab this line: players who cannot upgrade their settlement to level 6 due to the lack of supplies will now be able to purchase supplies at the settlement merchant, only available at level 5. So if you were stuck, I know it can be hard to like find the final supplies. That should be fixed now too. Again, big video going over all the changes and showcasing them in action. Tomorrow will also be live, so hope to see you there. If that video is, by the way, already up, you can watch it by clicking on the screen. Otherwise, you see my previous video. Don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.